So, is Albuquerque a safe place to live? Well, there's some places you shouldn't go after dark. In this video, I'm going to break down the good, the bad, and the ugly, show you where the best areas are, and some areas you might want to avoid. Plus, stay to the end of this video where you're going to meet a group of people that moved to Albuquerque, and you'll see exactly how that turned out. This is all about Albuquerque. Hey, it's Skip, it's Sold by Skip, and if it's your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything about Albuquerque, including what it's like to live here, work here, and play here, then be sure to tap that subscribe button and ring the little bell. That way you're notified every time we post a new video. Now, my team has been helping people from literally all over the world now buy and sell homes here in Albuquerque, and we look forward to connecting with you too. So give me a call or shoot me a text. Now, Albuquerque does have a bad rap, and anytime you search in Google, is Albuquerque a safe place to be, you're gonna get horror stories. If it bleeds, it leads. Now, I say this kind of as a joke, but in reality, there are some wild things that happen in our city. I mean, we're located next to an international border, and we have highways that bisect the country, right? So good for delivery, good for, stealing cars. There are some places you shouldn't go after dark. Let's do this. Take out your smartphone, open your Google tab, and type in Albuquerque man and your birth date and see what kind of results you get. Now, I want you to leave that in the comment section below, and the craziest one is gonna win a prize. The top headlines: man accused in 15 armed robberies arrested after being shot by an employee. Now that's Albuquerque. Albuquerque man dug himself into a tunnel and is now living in it. Dog shoots Albuquerque man while on hunting trip. Son of an Albuquerque man unknowingly passes out pot edibles to his classmates. Albuquerque man has to prove that New Mexico is a U.S. state before applying for a D.C. marriage license. Albuquerque man dressed as a scary clown survives a bear attack. So is Albuquerque a dangerous place? Yeah, there's a lot of different things that can cause Albuquerque to rate a little bit higher in crime stats. Remember, New Mexico has the second highest fatal police shooting rate in the United States. So, is New Mexico a dangerous place? Yeah, if you're stealing cars and dealing drugs, it's a horrible place to be because chances are it's not going to end up well for you. What I have found after living here for 42 years is that as long as you're nice to people, people will be nice to you. I've lived here my whole life. I've never been robbed, stabbed, or shot. Knock on wood. Now, I want you to meet my friend Derek, who had an experience trying to buy a home in a rough neighborhood. We're gonna do a little walkthrough today for a first-time home buyer named Derek. Now, Derek and I have been shopping for homes for months when we finally got him into contract. And then unfortunately, during the final walkthrough, we found out that some crackheads broke in, stripped the property of all the copper wire, and basically destroyed the house the day before we're supposed to close escrow. So I want Derek to tell you in his words just the heartbreak that we just experienced doing this final walkthrough.
Hi, my name's Derek. I'm a first-time home buyer. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. We've been working together for about 4 months looking for a house, and I finally found the one that I wanted. It's really important to do your final walkthrough because you could be finding a mess like the one that I found here at this house. It is horrible. It's something I would never thought that would happen, but looks like somebody fell through one of the ceilings and all the copper wire is gone, no electricity in the house at all. Thank God that we did not close escrow. This place is a total mess right now.
If you ever come to Albuquerque, the one thing I can tell you is don't park your moving truck in the hotel parking lot. Criminals have radar on this stuff. A few years ago, was it HGTV? Extreme Home Makeover. Remember that show where they go in and they flip a house in 24 hours? Well, they filmed it here in Albuquerque. And, we wanted to show Albuquerque in its best light on HGTV. We get halfway through the flip and all of a sudden we had to halt production because somebody in Albuquerque stole the production van and drove it to Mexico. True story, you can look that up. At the end of the day, sometimes you just can't help being Albuquerque. Now, aside from things like Breaking Bad, I'm always curious to ask, what are some of the horror stories you've heard about Albuquerque? Leave a comment in the section below, and let's start a dialogue about whether or not Albuquerque is a dangerous place to live. But there are some websites that we can utilize to determine if, some parts of town are worse than other. Now, crime mapping, I'm going to put a link to the Albuquerque crime map in the description below. I'm not going to bore you with crime stats and maps and graphs. I mean, look, ask around. You're gonna understand that there's some parts of town that see fewer incidents of crime than others. So in this video, we're also gonna break down where the best areas to live in Albuquerque are. And we can figure this stuff out by looking at certain indicators that will tell you whether or not you're in the right place. Some metrics that we use to determine whether or not you're in a good part of town would be property values, property taxes, school ratings, and days on market for real estate. So if homes are selling in 2 to 3 days, you know you're in a hot part of town. If that home has been on the market for 3 months and there's no offers, typically you're in a less desirable part of town and you should probably lock your doors. Another thing, before you even make an offer to purchase a property, we're gonna sit down and do a full crime report and understand if there's any creepers living next door or who your neighbors are. That way you can assure that you're buying in the right area and that your values are gonna go up. It's no secret that the higher the property value, then the more desirable place it is to live. Now think about it like this. If you're moving from California, the best place to live is gonna be right near the beach, right? Well, in Albuquerque, the closer you are to the mountain, typically you're gonna see higher property values, higher property taxes, and better schools. The dream is to keep selling and moving up and get closer to the mountain. And so the first part of town I wanna discuss is 87122. This is the most expensive zip code in all of Albuquerque. Reason is you have neighborhoods like Albuquerque Acres, where the homes are on an acre. And this goes all the way up into Sandia Heights, which butts up right against the mountain. About as far away from downtown and the airport as you can get. And in that neighborhood, what you're gonna find are bigger homes, more custom homes, more affluent buyers and sellers, and schools with almost a 10 rating across the board. Next, staying in the heights, anywhere in the foothills, you're gonna find fantastic neighborhoods. You can tell by the condition of the local grocery store whether you're in a good part of town or not. Pimento loaf? What is pimento loaf? Is that a thing? If your store has pimento loaf, give me a call. Let's get you into a better area. So Albuquerque is one of the most desirable areas to live in the Southwest because it's so affordable. We have mountains and fresh air. But depending on which article you read, you might be terrified to even come step foot in our city. One article I read said Albuquerque is in the top 10 places to live and raise a family. They'll quote some stats about meth use, Breaking Bad, and car theft. The truth is, come on out here and take a look around. So where else are there some favorable areas to live besides living close to the mountain? Well, all the way on the west side of town, you're gonna find newer construction. And in these areas, it's more affordable, but you get the benefit of having new construction and fantastic views of the mountain. So some of these areas would be like Taylor Ranch. And you can always tell how good a neighborhood is based on the condition of their public library. Taylor Ranch is one of my favorite places because they have a great dog park, there's walking trails, and great grocery stores. Another fantastic place to live is down in the valley. Now Albuquerque is kind of shaped in a valley and we have the Rio Grande River that runs right through it. Now in that valley are giant cottonwood trees and big estates, equestrian estates, right? So you can have horses and livestock and you live in the shade of these big cottonwood trees. Some of the most expensive homes and some of the coolest properties are going to be down in the valley. Now, the valley's separated into a couple different areas, like the North Valley, and then it goes all the way up into Corrales, which is another equestrian community and its own municipality. Now, these are some of the areas that are super desirable to very affluent clientele. Do me a favor, if you're getting any value at all out of this video, just tap it and then go ahead and share it with your friends. So we get calls from people all over the world trying to relocate here to Albuquerque. And if you've had any thoughts of doing that, then I urge you to reach out. You can always give me a call or shoot me a text. But I want you to meet some of my friends who have relocated from places like Texas, California, even Dubai. Dubai, bro. Either way, hear how some of their experiences have been relocating to the American Southwest.
Hey, I'm Mike, relocating from Austin, Texas.
Hey, I'm Peter.
I'm Karuna.
Hi, I'm Richard Lima.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Bree.
Hi, my name's Derek.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Héctor Martínez, soy de Colombia.
I'm from Houston.
Originally from Charlotte, North Carolina.
We're from Topeka, Kansas. We're moving to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Cedar Crest, New Mexico.
I'm a first-time home buyer.
And we're sold by Skip.
And we're sold by Skip.
I am sold by Skip.
And we're sold by Skip.
And I'm sold by Skip.
We're sold by Skip.
First of all, Skip is the man.
Skip has been very receptive, very responsive to all our questions, and been just really easy to work with.
Such great insight on Albuquerque neighborhoods and things like that.
It's been really impressive. The team that came together was very educational for us, and we just had a lot of confidence that they were going to find things that we needed to know about, and we appreciated that.
It's been a tremendously warm experience for me, so thank you for that.
Cuando nos mudamos a Albuquerque, no sabíamos nada de la ciudad y Skip nos dijo todo lo que necesitábamos saber. Él es el mejor de todos. Nació aquí y vive aquí.
A couple things I would recommend. One, find the realtor you trust. And Skip and the team, I would recommend them hands down to anybody. They pay attention, they listen. Everything we've gotten from them since we've been here for touring has just been spot on. In our wheelhouse, what we're looking for, but I can't recommend it enough.
He took us to every single property, put in a lot of time with our offers, and put a lot of time into us finding the homes. We really appreciate that greatly.
Skip's done a great job of communicating with us, which was really important to us as out-of-state buyers, and just a really good job with updates and video walkthroughs, photographs, anything that we needed was done for us, and now seeing it in person is exactly what we expected.
It's been awesome. And also too, I have to say, working with you, and I'm not saying this because I'm on camera, I'm saying this because of all honesty, you are so on top of it. When we would text you, you got back to us. When we had a question, you answered it. When we needed something, you were there. And it was completely seamless and flawless working with you. And it was an absolute joy for Andrea and I to have the pleasure of working with you.
So I absolutely would recommend putting my trust in Skip, because when I called him, returned my call within 10 minutes.
I recommend using Sold by Skip.
Sold by Skip or sold
Sold by Skip. What'd you say?
I said on Skip.
Sold on Skip.